but the Finns watching will know what it means. Yep. All right, my name is Kyle Buchanan. I'm here with the MVP for Team Finland, Jere Bylman. How are you doing today, Jere?
I'm pretty good. We won the game, so I'm good.
So, MVP. It was a pretty lopsided score, 69-0. How many snaps did you happen to get in for?
9.
Pretty impressive performance to win an MVP on 9 snaps. That tells you the value of this young man right here. So, yeah, take us a little through what y'all's plan was going into this game. What were you trying to establish offensively during this game?
Mostly we started want to start with just the basic thing we can do to be the best what we can be, and we have no idea about Russia, the team, so we just had to do our own thing, and it worked out.
So you stick to base mostly, your base concepts. Just figured rely on your experience and athleticism. Don't worry about installing anything specific. Just stick to what you normally do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you managed in your 9 snaps to pass for a touchdown on a beautiful fade ball.
Thank you.
Nice scramble into the corner of the end zone as well.
Thank you.
Hand off on another. You're triple threat. Tell me, if you were to choose someone else on offense to point out on their performance, who would you?
In their
Yeah, who else do you think was worthy of recognition on offense?
Our offense? Or?
Yes.
Mostly all the running backs. They did really good, and all of them were doing their job, basically. And not to point out anybody, but like all of them did really good job today.
And that's ideally what you're looking for. I mean, I remember as a running back coach in America, when you've got a solid core that complements each other, that really takes a load off you as a quarterback, because now you've got different backs coming in, changing up the identity of the offense a little bit with each different guy. Takes a lot of pressure off of you, adds to your play-action game. In terms of receivers, who would you say, who's your go-to guy on this offense? And I know you didn't really throw a ton today, but if you were to talk about like weapons in the receiving game, who would you want to discuss specifically?
I really like all of the receivers we have right now, but
Smart man, you don't want to make them mad.
exactly. But I would go for Santtu and Kaapo, just because they both quite tall, but they're really athletic.
Of course.
They can go for the ball, and they're still fast, what I'm looking for, and that's what I like. Mostly all of them, they do their job, which is perfect, and those 2 guys are my guys for now, at least.
I got you. I understand
Yeah.
it. I'm not trying to get you in trouble with your other receivers. Defensively, you guys were completely dominant today. Give me a little more insight into what y'all wanted to go defensively. Was it the same sort of deal? You're going to stick to your base stuff. You're going to just let your talented athletes, especially on the defensive line, just play, not getting into anything too exotic. Was that sort of the idea today?
Basically, yeah. We know we have good guys, both sides, and just the whole plan of the day was to just do our thing, basically, and win the ball game with that.
Okay, good deal. I'd like to now talk with head coach Tero Virtanen. How are you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing good. I'm a little bit cold, but I keep thinking about Italy in July and August, so I'm getting warmer all the time.
Well, I bet you feel a little warmer after a 69-0 win.
Sure, why not?
It's a lot better to feel cold after that than it is to be
It is,
on
yes.
the other end. So I know I've asked him probably a lot of questions I should have asked you, sort of flying by the seat of my pants, but you want to take me through your preparations for the game? You don't have to get anything specific, just like how long have you been practicing for this qualifying game?
Well, it depends how far you look at the big picture. We started last year, in last March. We had the Nordic Championship games. We have the core of the team, the same staff, all year round. But this year we started at March with 1 weekend camp, and last weekend we had another camp, and we got together yesterday. So So we had a
3 practices.
bit more, lots of classes, but we made the most of it. We, since we didn't know anything about Russia, so it was kind of a,
It's tough to scout an opponent.
yeah, and I
See.
wasn't really sure if we had enough time together, but luckily we did it.
And I imagine you guys have been running the same schemes for a number of years now. You think sort of just that historical experience, knowledge is what separated y'all today from Russia as much as anything?
Well, I'd like to think so, yes, because national teams always, they come from all around the country, and the players maybe know each other, maybe they don't, but since we got the same structure for them, so it should be a little bit easier, and I don't think our playbooks are that thick, so it should be kind of easy to adapt to it.
So to me, one of the things that catches my eye, especially as an offensive coach, y'all seem to operate exclusively in the hurry up, no huddle. How long have y'all been running your system as a no huddle?
I think
Speed-based
we started at 2016 with our offensive coordinator Atte Gnivilä, who's in Italy right now, so he couldn't be here. But since we got the same staff, and if it ain't broken.
I was going to say, because to me that seemed the biggest difference, especially between your hurry up offense and the depth. If you have run into a team with similar numbers or fewer numbers, you have talent top to bottom.
Yes.
And it seems like a great scheme fit for what you guys are trying to do offensively.
Yeah, I think it really works. Yeah, just it's not broken, so there's no need to fix it, and it's kind of the model of the football is going right now, faster and more simple but faster, so it really fits us.
And I definitely understand, and that to me was the striking difference in the game between how fast Finland was running plays compared to Russia. Got maybe 5 or 6 delay of games, and I think just looking at it from an X's and O's standpoint, very reflective of the final score as well.
Yeah, and since I'm the head coach and my job is to look at the big picture, so I was my biggest worry and my pretty much only worry was, are we going to operate like a complete package?
Yes.
With 3 units, offense, defense, special teams, the whole game?
And
Okay, there were some penalties or some stuff that I didn't like, but the big picture worked.
Yeah, and there were hiccups at times, but it's tough to maintain that same level of energy when you've come out, you've established yourself quickly, you've established a good lead. It's very tough to maintain that same level. So the fact that you guys finished as strong and you kept getting stronger as the game went on, scoring even as the third and fourth quarter ran out.
Yeah.
It was very indicative of basically the quality coaching top to bottom. You're not just putting your backups out there and just letting them run around, just run a play so we can get out. You guys are trying to score with them, trying to get them opportunities.
Yeah, well,
They weren't trying to
I'm kind of taking a page out of Nick Saban's book. We're just trying to create good plays, one after another, and if we score, good, and if we score enough, we're gonna win, good. So it was absolutely not like running up the score. It was just playing well.
And I wasn't trying to imply that.
Yeah.
You were but you weren't just putting your backups out there just to run plays to run out the clock. You were trying to have them execute.
Yes.
There was no sense of, you weren't trying to just take off the gas. You were just saying, hey, we expect the same things out of you that we expect from the starters.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what I was meaning. I
Yeah.
didn't mean
Yeah,
anything by that.
I got that. Yeah.
Defensively, your defensive line basically manhandled the Russians for, probably felt a bit like World War II again for some of those guys up on the Russian offensive line.
Yeah, well,
Take me through y'all's defensive game plan a little.
our defense has been solid for the few years now. Last fall in the Nordic Championships, we allowed only one big play pretty much on defense. So we knew what we had, how strong we are, and what's our strengths and weaknesses. So we just tried to continue from that.
Okay. And y'all definitely came out physical. Early on, just the defensive backs, their physicality with the receivers reminded me a little of the earlier in the decade, the Seattle Seahawks, just the Legion of Boom. You guys are just out there, take no prisoners. You weren't, and that's what it looked like. Maybe I think there were a couple penalties early on, but you guys made it basically very clear that you were not going to be outmatched physically in this game. That you were going to turn it into a slugfest, and if you had to, and you did, and you won it.
Yeah.
So
Well, pretty much every defender we have on the team likes to hit and likes to play the physical game, and kind of with the chip on their shoulder.
Well, they definitely played with a huge chip today.
Yeah.
So I guess before we wrap up, Jere, is there anything you want to say to your family, friends, folks back home?
In Finnish.
However you want, bud.
Kiitos kaikille, että on kattonut ja oli kiva pelata. That's it.
All right. I'll try to act like I know what that means.
Good.
Coach, anything you'd like to add as well?
Well,
native tongue?
I can say it in English.
That's
so
fine.
You can follow me.
Really, it's for the people at home. It's not for me. However you're most comfortable.
Well, I'll say it in English. It's always great to have a new MVP after the game. Last season, Nordic champs, we had Arttu Pajanen, and now we have Jere Byman here. So it's always great to have a new guy stepping up and being the MVP.
Exactly. That depth, it's hard to match. Well, it's been a great day for Team Finland, a 69-0 thumping of the Russian team. I'm Kyle Buchanan. Been talking with Jere Byman and Tero Virtanen for Team Finland. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.